against the senior from Phillipsburg, Ricky Soliday. Boy, this is going to be fun. Let's go to the medal stand right now. At the 112-pound weight class, the fifth place you just saw get a medal was Jason Woofter from Hoxie. Sixth place went to Corey Dobson of Plainville. Fourth place goes to Brandon Redding from Caney Valley. And they qualified quite a few for this tournament. Had a good showing as Redding gets a medal. Chaz Flores from Silver Lake finishes third. And in second place, losing a tough one, Nathan Lawrence from Harrington, the Railroaders, that final 5-1 as he goes to the podium to get his medal, the freshman. A lot of young guys. Again, he lost 5-1, had a great tournament, finishes the season at 34-2, and the champion at 112. Last year's champion at 103, Billy Gable from St. Francis. He gets a medal and a hug. He finishes 31-2. Back-to-back state champions for Billy Gable.
Yeah, he says it doesn't get any better than this.
I just would have taken
Miller time.
I would have just taken the hug.
I'll see what I can do.
Coming up at 125, as I mentioned, Steve Washburn from Hoxie for the Indians. He took third last year, I believe, also at 125. This year he comes in at the mark of 23-3. He was a regional champion. He beat Post from Hill City to get to this point. Steve Washburn from Hoxie in the red. He takes on Ricky Soliday from Phillipsburg for the Panthers. Soliday in the blue coming in. He's a senior with a record of 26-8. He took second last year at 119 and third as a freshman at 103. So this is his third trip to state.
Yeah, we need to remember, too, that last year these two met in the quarterfinals, and Soliday won 7-4. So this is not a brand-new situation for these two wrestlers.
Also, Washburn beat Soliday at the Panther Classic in the semifinals, too, said Coach Mike Brown.
Washburn just got a takedown there. He did an arm drag, a very good job with that arm drag. Soliday's trying to Granby roll to get on out of there and see if he can get a reversal or an escape out of it, but Washburn does an excellent job of recovering there.
Well, these two guys are very, very familiar with each other.
Yeah, they don't wrestle as many times as some kids do in a year, but they have met before, so they do know some things about each other, and you can bet that they're remembering everything that kid did to them last time they wrestled.
Again for Washburn, the Hoxie senior. Here's some of this experience we were talking about that propelled the Hoxie Indians to the state title. Again, the team title really not in doubt this year, as Hoxie way out in front. The battles for second between Oakley, Plainville, and maybe Phillipsburg with an outside chance. Leota, maybe.
Basically, Plainville's finished. They have nobody in the finals, so their score is going to be what it is. Washburn just did an excellent job of rolling through what could have been a bad situation for him. Soliday was in the process of a reversal there. Washburn was able to roll on through and stop it from happening and maintain his control.
So the score 2-0. Steve Washburn from Hoxie in the red out in front. You saw Mike Brown and assistant coach Dave Kelch looking on, talking over strategy. How involved can a coach really get in a match? Can you talk strategy? Can you get your wrestler to do something in the middle of a match?
Well, you yell at him and you yell at him and you yell at him and you hope that he hears what you're saying and does what you tell him. But, you know, after 20-some years of being on the sidelines and refereeing and everything, I sometimes wonder if they ever hear anything you say to them.
So if you're on the mat and you see a chair come flying at you, you know you weren't listening? Is that?
Well, you know somebody thinks you weren't listening.
4 seconds and counting.
There's a reason for that. Those boys have to concentrate on what they're doing. If they're concentrating 100% on what they're doing, they don't hear anything. They don't even hear that some 1,000 or better fans from Hoxie up there in the corner cheering.
Wow, this is incredible. The upper deck is totally filled at Gross Memorial Coliseum. Again, the bleachers on the lower deck are pushed back up by the event staff at Fort Hays State University. But we've got a full house, so I'm guessing, I don't know what the floor holds here, but at least a good 5,000, 4,000 at Gross Memorial Coliseum. And it looks like Soliday might be in a little bit of trouble as Washburn really has taken control of this match early in the second period.
Of course, referee Bob Bauman there got a 1 count, so there's no points scored on that. But Washburn was absolutely putting him in a trouble situation. Of course, Soliday's getting worn now for stalling because he's kind of hiding out on the bottom there and not trying to do much.
Ricky Soliday, to get to this match, beat last year's champ at 112, Tyler Samuelson of Oakley, 4-0 in the quarterfinals to get here. And Washburn beat the #1 rated wrestler, according to their coaches poll, Moses Torres, from Leota, that 16-4. So we have I guess, two surprises in the semis, maybe.
We got a reversal here, and there's another surprise there for Washburn. So, but you mentioned last night Soliday beat Samuelson, and Soliday beat Samuelson in very convincing fashion. Yeah, the score was only 4-0, but he was in total control all the time. Washburn, by the same token, won his semifinal 16-4. So, who knows who's stronger? We're going to find out.
Well, these two, as we said, seniors ending their wrestling career, still tied 2-2. Up, there's 2 points for the wrestler from Hoxie. Washburn, he's got that reversal.
He's going to get a 2-point near fall, too. Soliday just got too high. As Washburn stood up, he tried to jump up in the air and throw that cradle, and then Washburn just sucked him down under for a reversal and a 2-point near fall. It was a very dangerous thing for Soliday to try, but he had to try for something.
Well, these two wrestlers seem to be very smart in their techniques, very calculated in their movements. Not a lot of fat on these guys, so they're pretty sinewy and smart as well. 27 seconds and counting. We're at the championship match of the 125-pound bracket, 6-2. The wrestler from Hoxie, Steve Washburn, in red, out in front and in control as they're whistled out of bounds, so they'll trek back to the center. 6-2, a 4-point lead for Washburn. They've met twice. And this could be the rubber match of the career, I guess.
Yeah, why not? Somebody's got to do it. Remember, Soliday came to the state tournament last year. He'd been ill most of the year and had not been able to wrestle a lot of it. Wound up taking second anyway.
And again, third as a freshman at 103.
We got the illegal head scissors. You can't. You have to. If you're going to lock your legs around the head, you have to do it in a figure 4. That means that the toe of the one leg has to be behind the knee of the other. If you lock it any other way, it's illegal. Now, a lot of people feel if there's an arm included in it, it's legal, but it's never been legal that way, and it's still not legal. You cannot straight scissors around the head. Period.
That gave Soliday an extra point, and he almost had a takedown there as he tripped the leg up of Washburn, and all of that action and no points. So with that 1 point escape, 6-3. That ends the second period. Washburn out in front. Again, the wrestler in the red from Hoxie. Neutral position. That's where they chose to stand or to start. And boy, Soliday just wasn't shy about it. Went right in for the takedown, and he seems to be in control, but he can't get Washburn down.
Now, Washburn pulled him right on top of him there at the end of the period and could have lost the reversal. Now, Soliday's in behind him and all that, but he's got to bring him to the mat before he can get a takedown. On a reversal, if he'd come behind him in that position, he would have his reversal, but he's got to get him down to the mat and get back in control, which he just did, and he got the 2-point takedown there.
6-5, a minute 30 left in the third period. Soliday on top, Washburn with the 1-point lead. And between the periods, head coach Mike Brown from Phillipsburg was motioning with his hand in circles to his wrestler Soliday, get around him. So, and he did just that.
The other part of that he's motioning to him for is whatever you do, don't back straight up, because if you back straight up, the referee is probably going to call you for stalling. If you back in a circle, he's not quite as likely to call you for stalling.
But we've got an exciting one here. 1 point's the difference. The difference between these two wrestlers pretty evenly matched, and boy, that's riding high in the saddle. 1:17 left in this period. Soliday trying to do something as Washburn flattens out, but he can't do anything up high, so he's going down low to work on that right leg.
Now, Soliday looks like he's getting pretty high, but when he's got the legs hooked in there like that, you can get a little higher and get by with it. Of course.
And Washburn rolled right through that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Of course, we're going to get a potentially dangerous here.
We have 55 seconds left in this match, as well as the high school career for these two seniors. 6-5, Washburn out in front of Soliday. Coming up next at the 130 bracket, Mike Dawes of Andale, a sophomore, going against Zach Lua of Ellis, the Railroaders. He's a senior. We're at 1:25 and 48 seconds and counting. Both of these guys regional champions.
Once again, Washburn has a 1-point lead with 40 seconds left. His total goal right now is don't go to your back, don't go to your back. And I'm sure that that's going through his mind quite a bit. We've got a stalemate called here. For those who may not understand that, a stalemate is any time either wrestler cannot or will not improve his advantage, improve his position. You call a stalemate, give it a fresh start. And you've seen Soliday go into that leg move. I got a feeling that if they stalemate that way again, Washburn just got a nice standing switch about around behind for a reversal. He's going to get one for the escape because he hadn't quite completed the reversal.
They went out of bounds. That's a 1-point mark, 7-5 now with 18 seconds left. Soliday desperately trying to make something happen, opened himself up just for a second, and Washburn able to take advantage of it. 15 seconds and counting, Fred.
Soliday stepped in there, but he stepped in a little high and let Washburn get him under him. And if he hurries, he might have something here, but he's got 7 seconds to bring it down.
5 seconds.
Washburn's trying. No points either way. That was a good call by the officials because nobody had established control.
Well, what a terrific match. 7-5. Steve Washburn from Hoxie, the winner over Ricky Soliday from Phillipsburg. The gold medal goes to Washburn, the Hoxie Indian. Let's take a break here. We're at the state championship action, wrestling action from Gross Memorial Coliseum. Back after this for more.